Hey kids, it's That Happened Thursday, so it's time to learn some history. Today's lesson is on the weirdest 16th century Danish astronomist that you'll ever meet. Okay, that isn't saying much, but trust me, he's an interesting guy. Meet Tycho Brahe, or Brahe, or Broham, I don't really know, let me look it up. Alright, apparently I was right the first time, it's Tycho Brahe. Already you can see that something ain't quite right. He looks like Jamie Heinemann's gay cousin. So his claim to fame, among other things, is that he spent around 30 years collecting astronomical data with nothing but the naked eye, data that was later utilized by minds like Newton. However, if you think he just sat around staring at the sky all day like some kind of loser, then you're way off base. First off, besides the whole astronomer thing, Tycho was an immensely prominent noble for a long period of his life. It was to the point where he owned 1% of the entire wealth of Denmark at one point in the 1580s. Today, people like Bernie always talk about the 1%! Bitch, I am the 1%. Oh dear, I am somehow even more bold. Honestly, imagine a single scientist having that much money today. If you gave that kind of cash to Stephen Hawking, he would probably turn into Skynet. Beyond being a stargazing fat cat, though, Tycho was also just a straight-up lunatic. Here's a story. So he got into a little scrap in his college years, right? That ended up in a sword duel where he lost part of the tip of his nose. You'd think he would have learned his lesson. But later on in his life, he somehow got himself into another sword duel, this time in the dark, and he lost the rest of his nose. Maybe that's where all the money came from, honestly. Just put out a bunch of nose insurance beforehand. Oh, it's already broken, I don't need the rest. Get myself into another fight. So finally he got himself fitted with a new brass prosthetic nose, which he wore for the rest of his life. But that's just the tip of the crazy iceberg. Tycho, being fabulously well endowed, financially, get your mind out the gutter, one day decided to hire a dwarf for his court. Just to, you know, do dwarf things, I guess. The guy's name was Jep, and Tycho was in full belief that he could also tell the future. Hold on, I'm getting a vision. I see you giving more money to a little person. Oh wow, must have been happening. Ha ha, silly Jep. Damn. Seriously though, imagine one of today's astronomers pulling something like this. So, Mr. deGrasse Tyson, what discoveries have you made today? I've discovered something about myself, Steve. Go on. I want to own a dwarf. I want to call him Jeb and have him do dances for me and, like, be my footstool if I asked him nicely. What the fuck, Neil? Also, he should be psychic. What truly takes the cake, though, is Tycho's pet elk. Yep, this walrus owned a caribou. Can't make that shit up. So one day, the next noble over wanted to borrow the elk to entertain guests at a party, right? So Tycho sends the beast over to the other guy's manor. At the party, the elk gets pissed drunk, climbs up a staircase, falls down it, and dies. And dies. Knowing Tycho, he was probably just like, well, no more moose, I'll buy another one, life goes on. So that's the story of Tycho Brahe. Remember kids, eccentricity can get you far in life, but dwarf owning can get you even farther.